art students. This is your last art video with me. I wanted to show you how to do the mandala project. I realize some of you still have grid drawing to do and keep working on that. That is the main focus. But several of you are finished and are ready for the mandala. Just a couple quick announcements. I'm hoping to have an art show when we come back to school. I'm talking to the people at ETSU and Tipton Gallery to see if we can't get in there sometime in August or the beginning of September to have our regular art show. We would not do the big reception. It would probably be more of an all-day thing that we divide up into classes like my intro group, my intermediate group, or by grade level, or something like that to avoid large crowds. But my hope is to hang the artwork in Tipton Gallery like we usually do in spring and have our art show. So I really want you to try and get the mandala project finished if you can. And if that's impossible, get your grid drawing finished and hang on to it. If you're afraid that you won't be able to keep it nice, you can bring it to school on May 20th when you turn in your textbooks and leave it outside the art room door, or if you're just doing the drive-through, give it to Aaron, Lewis, and the team downstairs and mark on there that it needs to go upstairs to the art room. Roll it up gently, rubber band it, paper clip the ends, label it with pencil, and have them put it up by the art room. But either hang on to your projects yourself or bring them to the school if they're finished, only if they're finished. And we'll try to have our art show when we get back to school. So on the mandala project, I sent home a 12 by 18 piece of white sulfite drawing paper. And for this project, you're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a compass. This is called a safety compass. I really like these. They're kind of indestructible compared to the traditional pointy kind, but if that's the kind you have, it works for this project. And you'll need a pencil. If you have your drawing pencils, your dark, or your, not dark, your harder lead, the H pencil is the best for this project, or a regular, this is a regular number 2, which is technically an HB. So you need to measure and cut your big paper. Should be 12 by 12 inches, or as close to square like that as you can get it. And then you should have some leftover paper that you do a 6 by 6. So 12 by 12 and 6 by 6. And what you're going to do is lay your 6 by 6 in the bottom left corner. I always like the bottom left corner, but do what works for you. In the bottom left corner, and match up your edges as best you can. Then you're going to take your compass. Okay, so you're going to mark the center with your pencil, and with the safety compass you use that little metal circle in the middle and lay it over the dot, and put your pencil where you'd like to have your circles, and you're going to make concentric circles that go over the top of the 6 by 6 paper. And I've already drawn on this, but yours would be obviously white and plain when you begin. Okay, so you put your sharpened pencil in one of the holes, and sometimes, yes, it's good to have some extra pair of hands to help out, but you're going to make your circles. They do not have to be the same distance apart. In fact, it's more interesting when they're not the same distance apart. Do some wide, some narrow, but make sure the circles go all the way around. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles on mine. You don't have to have 5, you could have 4, or maybe you even have 6. But I do want you to leave some space on the edge, at least an inch, because I mat these and the mat board overlaps a little bit, and I don't want to cover up any part of your mandala. But you make concentric circles, and when you lift up this, you'll have a blank space, and that's okay. But you should have circles that match the rest of your picture. So you're going to set this off to the side and concentrate on working on your 6x6. And what you want to do is set up a design that mixes maybe some round elements, some rounded things, as well as some pointy things, because that gives the illusion of implied texture, to have a mixture. And maybe you have something with some patterns, whether it's stripes or this person has leaves in there, to create some contrast. So you don't need it to be too complicated. Just a simple design will look really cool when you get it all done. And on this one, I was making some little circles in one of my spots, and on the safety compass, safety compass, it's got these little stencils, so if you want to do little polka dots or dots, you can fill them in here. And then also remember to use do some pointy things, okay? Just make sure they all fit within the confines of your arches all the way to the end. You can leave the outside edge just plain round, but it's really neat to have some sort of design around the outer edge. And certainly the pointy lines look best on the outside, but do whatever you want with your design. Again, don't make it too complicated, because just the fact that there's a design on there that we're repeating will make it really interesting. And so then, let's pretend my design is all done. You're going to find a window that's got good light. If you've got a glass table at your house, you can use that too, and put a lamp underneath and make your own makeshift light board. But if you don't have that, a bright window will do. Don't pay attention to my pink marker that's on the back of my paper. But you're going to match up your concentric circles, and you're going to trace, lightly trace, everything you've drawn in that whole section, so that will fill in that empty piece of pie. Then you turn your paper and match up your lines again and trace your design, all of the pieces. And once you're done tracing, you turn it again until you get the whole paper filled up with your design. Okay, so after you're done tracing, and you have to kind of hold your papers real still, but once you have the whole design traced in pencil, you're going to take a skinny Sharpie. If you don't have a skinny Sharpie, a regular Sharpie works, some sort of a black permanent marker, but I love skinny Sharpie for this because you can do the fine details. But once you're finished with the pencil, you take your skinny Sharpie and you outline everything you want to keep. Now maybe some of these circles, the edges of, you don't want to keep, you just want to keep the design, that's fine. But you're going to outline your design, then take a good eraser and gently erase in small sections all your pencils. So all you have left is the white paper and the black marker. Then you're going to take your colored pencils and color in the picture. Think about warm and cool. Think about analogous colors. Think about complementary colors next to each other. Do some color blending if you want, or just go from light to dark of the same color when you're going from one edge to another. And you're going to color in your mandala. Make sure you've left a little bit of an edge for me to get that mat board on there. And name on the back with a pencil, and that should be that project. I don't expect anyone to get the mandala done before the end of school, but if you're finished with the grid drawing and you have time and the academic classes are winding down, by all means, please work on your mandala. I would love to have finished mandalas for an art show in the fall that I'm trying to put together. Also, same with the grid drawings. I'd love to have you finish the grid drawings so that they can be in the art show. If you have something finished, deliver it to the art room on the 20th when you drop off your textbooks. set it outside my door or give it to the people in the overhang labeled and with the directions on to put it in the art room. I hope everyone has a great summer. I've enjoyed this. It's been different. It certainly will be one of our memories thinking back on the spring of 2020. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my videographer, my son Ben, because I would not be able to do these videos without him. So I'm very grateful he's been doing these for me. Can I just do a quick shot of you? Yay! Thanks, Ben! That's the Mandala project. If you have a question or if I didn't explain something well, please email me, kmilburn@providenceacademy.com. If the MLS is not working, you can always email me. But I hope everyone's doing well and their families have remained safe and have a great, relaxing, extra long summer. And we'll see you in the fall. Thanks.